sir.
Shalom.
How you doing?
Good. I'm with Breitbart News. I've been looking for you for an hour.
Do you mind being on camera?
I want to ask you.
You're with Breitbart News.
That's right.
This is another worlds colliding of the online media world.
Viva. This man is a hero. He's a Canadian treasure out there documenting what's happening. Vital. God, Viva, give him a hug. He's so good at hugging. He's been practicing the past week.
You got doing muscular stuff, man.
Dude, they shut down the gyms. It was crazy, making me crazy. Okay, let's record this.
Okay, now we're gonna record an interview for Breitbart. So
I got to turn off my charm while I'm with Breitbart.
Okay, now I'm gonna look at your camera and not mine. So everyone enjoy the meta inception here. Okay.
So happy to meet you.
What's your name?
My name's Robert.
Robert, nice to meet you.
So I'm here with Viva Frei. Everyone knows him who's a fan of Breitbart News, and I just want to ask you, what is it you think Breitbart News audience needs to know about what's going on here in Ottawa and in capitals across the provinces of this great country?
The first thing you need to know is that I will call it the legacy media of Canada is outright lying. The politicians are outright lying. They're banking on the fact that a majority of the people are getting their news from the same outlets that they pay to lie. And you need to know what's going on. If you believe what you were told, you would not feel safe walking here, and you would think that something is going on here that is not going on here. So you need to know that. This, as far as I've seen, other than people crying with joy, and I'm not saying this, you can go watch my streams, literally crying with joy. Other people are crying from tragedy that they've gone through over the last 2 years. People are saying that their face muscles hurt from smiling so much, and that they haven't smiled so much in 2 years, that they haven't been this proud to be Canadian in 2 years, and that they haven't felt this level of patriotism in 2 years. So if you can get down here to see it, even if you don't agree with it, get down to see it so you can come to your own conclusions in person. And if you support it, get down and support it peacefully so that politicians can hear what the people have to say. But it's truly an amazing movement to see because it's not just local, it's spreading international, and it's phenomenal.
Okay, I want you to elaborate on that. I've been watching a lot of your live streams while I'm at home preparing for work. Share it with our audience what your perception is of the atmosphere, the vibe, the emotions that you've experienced, that you've observed. Just try to communicate that if you can.
It's optimism for the first time in 2 years, and the mood. I'm looking at the people behind us. The mood is this is when they talk about a summer of love. This would be the winter of love. Like this is actual nothing but people walking around, hugging, playing hockey, eating outside, and literally nothing but love in a political sense. And it is tough to explain. There's no bad element here, and the odd time you see a bad element, they're invited to leave. There was a guy who was giving CNN a hard time during their interview, and I and another person, leave alone. Don't give that impression to the crowd here. That's not what it's about. The one dude who had the Confederate flag was asked to leave. And I know the guy who asked him to leave because, first of all, it was in the video. And second of all, I know the guy. The elements that the media is depicting as the rule, they're not only the exceptions, they are asked to leave when anybody sees them. This is nothing but the most peaceful, peace-loving, law-abiding people you've ever seen. They're shoveling the sidewalks. They're cleaning up their garbage. I mean, just look around. It's just a thing of beauty.
David, thank you.
Robert, thanks.
Brother, if you, I don't know, like, now that I interviewed him, he can now speak with me. I want to share an anecdote with you. By the way, I just learned while watching the live stream as I was searching for David that his namesake is totally apropos to what's going on. You have a bunch of fans who want to talk to you. I'll wrap this up real quick. I want to share an anecdote with you. I'm born here in Canada, here in Ottawa, Ontario. My family fled the Soviet Union in 1979 as Jewish refugees. Now, my father just told me 2 days ago on Sunday, they live in Florida across the winters. And he wanted to send me some sort of funny video meme depicting Justin Trudeau as sort of similar to previous totalitarians from another era. And he was reluctant to send that to me. He hesitated. He had a sort of primal fear. Now, he had told me he did not feel that sensation for a very long time. My parents came to this country. My father was already grown. He was 39 years old. My mother was not far behind him. So remember, they are fully born and bred and conditioned into that Soviet system. So I was vaccinated against leftism and totalitarianism as a kid. I got immunity to that because of my family's background. So that is frightening that in this country, true north, strong and free, that I'm hearing that from my father. The bright side is, I don't want to repeat too much here because David already explained it. This is uplifting. There have been moments where I think all of us have felt demoralized because we've seen this wickedness, this campaign against every human freedom, speech, expression, association, movement,
everything.
property rights. Go down the list. Religious freedom. You can't go to a funeral beyond 10 people. You can have a bar mitzvah. Mothers are giving birth to children in mass while their husbands wait in the parking lot in the car.
This is true, by the way, and I know this because a neighbor was not allowed to be with his wife during childbirth. I mean, it's dehumanizing. It's dehumanizing. And that's what the government's been doing.
For what it's worth, I never lie. I promise myself to never, ever tell lies. So everything I'm telling you, I know firsthand. It is an anti-human campaign warring against our nature. So everything's on the line here. And the bright side is, despite that really sad anecdote I just shared with you guys, this is incredible. It is uplifting, and it reinvigorates my love of this country. And I promise you, I'm not alone. There are millions of Canadians like us. We are the majority, and we are ruled by a fringe minority. David, thank you.
My pleasure, man. Another one. Split the leaf when it's up.
Of course.
Okay, awesome. You're all right.